Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 18-ounce 4-wick peanut butter and raspberry jam candle from HomeWorx by Slatkin Co. I did purchase this one on both the website and also in the home goods stores, somewhere in like the $16.99 price range. So yes, the notes on this read peanut butter, raspberry jam, caramelized sugar, and vanilla bean. So yes, you guys know I love my pb&j fragrances. Like there's the BBW one, and then there's the pb&j ice cream that we also got from BBW. I also love the wild berry vanilla bean, which is kind of similar to that from HomeWorx as well. I loved peanut butter waffle cone as well from HomeWorx, so I had to check this one out, and here we go. So yeah, this one, I have to say, I'm a little not so hot about it now that I've burned it for a few times. I kind of liked it the first burn, but afterwards it just got this like kind of like burnt popcorn smell to it afterwards that I wasn't a huge fan of it. But basically, what does this smell like? It is totally different from like the other peanut butter and jelly fragrances that we get out there. I would say the peanut butter is just very taking a back seat on this candle, and I wish there was more peanut butter in this, but this is a lot heavier on the raspberry jam. So it is not at all the PB&J from Bath and Body Works. It's not like a dupe for that. That one had like the weird mahogany apple and like the toasty honey aspect and just all the different like things going on with that it doesn't really compare to that. PB&J ice cream from Bath & Body Works, once again, has a little bit more of this wild berry jam donut type of fragrance to it, and it didn't really smell like burnt popcorn either, so there was that. Peanut butter waffle cone, I like that one in the sense that it's very distinct, and it's like a fragrance that I haven't smelled anywhere before, and that one has a very strong like presence of like a peanut brittle type of peanut butter fragrance in there for sure. I would say because this one, the peanut butter is subdued, it doesn't really compare too much to the peanut butter waffle cone, but it is a little bit similar to the wild berry and vanilla bean from HomeWorx in the sense that they both have a similar like sort of like that berry jam type of fragrance to it. But the wild berry vanilla bean I would say is sweeter and it has that distinct smoked sugar, smoky toastiness that this one does not have. So now that all the comparisons are out of the way, this is indeed its own fragrance that stands on its own, but probably my least favorite of the ones that I've mentioned. And so you get the raspberry jam note in there first and foremost. It's very strong. It smells like raspberry jam. And then it's mixed with, at least on cold and on the first burn, this peanut butter that comes off kind of smelling like this sort of like powdery artificial like cocoa chocolate note to it. I think somebody referenced it as a Tootsie Roll fragrance, and I totally get that comparison. It's like this weird, like, I don't know, powdery, artificial, like almost cocoa powder, chocolatey feel to it. That's just kind of weird, but in the way that sometimes like peanut butter, like there's like peanut butter powder, it kind of has that type of feel to it that can kind of see the leap there, but it's still not full-blown peanut butter in the way that I would have liked to see it. And that's kind of what you get on cold. But then when you go to burn, you still get the raspberry jam note in there, but the peanut butter, for whatever reason, on the second and third burn turned into more of this like sort of like burnt popcorn note that I've gotten in many candles. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I've smelled that exact distinct like sort of burnt like popcorn kernel note in other candles, and it's also present in this one, that it kind of smells like raspberry jam mixed with like popcorn kernels at the bottom of like a popcorn bag. And it just must be some kind of fragrance note that does that, because I come across that so many times in different candles. So once it's burning for the second and third burn, like even the sort of like that weird like Tootsie Roll fragrance goes away, and it's more so like raspberry jam mixed with like a burnt popcorn kernel fragrance to it. And once again, I wish the peanut butter was stronger, and I also wouldn't mind if the caramelized sugar and the vanilla bean was stronger, because as it stands now, it's not very sweet because that popcorn kernel notes that kind of like really overpowers the fragrance, and you get that mixed with the raspberry jam. So as a result, I don't love it as much as I did initially on cold and on the first burn. That I did actually purchase a second one, but I will most likely be returning that one, just because out of all the PB&J candles that I already have in my collection, this one's probably my least favorite, so I probably don't need to hold on to a second one. But other than that, it's still kind of fun and novelty, and I'll still like enjoy it, the first one, while it's here, but I'm not gonna like go and hoard it like I did the original PB&J or the PB&J ice cream. And I think I still actually even enjoy peanut butter waffle cone and the wild berry vanilla bean more than this fragrance. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the peanut butter and raspberry jam, and let me go into the performance. This is either third or fourth burn, going for about 4 hours. And once again, I think 4 hours is much too long for these HomeWorx candles to be burning because it is sooting quite a bit now. It's the same thing. I trim into small, tiny little nubs for every repeat burn, and then it takes a little bit long to pull out. But then towards the end of the burn, it gets really like hot and fast and sooty, and that's what we're presented with here. So I would say no more than 3 hours, and then very diligent trimming on these HomeWorx candles because they do tend to be quite sooty towards the third and fourth hour, and actually even like towards the end of the second hour as well. As for the throw, this one I can actually smell, so I'm happy about that. I would say in the 5 to 6 range, it's not super strong. It's not gonna like choke you out. It's not even as strong as the original PB&J from Bath and Body Works, and I think the peanut butter waffle cone is also much more present than this one is as well. But I can at least smell it, and it's not unscented or like light like some of the other fragrances that I get from HomeWorx, so we're good to go there. I would say 5 to 6 medium. Overall, I really want to love this fragrance because I love my PB&J fragrances, and honestly, I didn't mind how like kind of different it was, at least on cold on the first burn. But now that like I've burned it, and it kind of gets that sort of like unsweet popcorn kernel note, and the peanut butter and the vanilla bean and the sugar goes by the wayside. Total one and done for me. But I still like had fun with the candle, so to speak, and to like go looking for it or buying it online, and the anticipation was still fun. So it's there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on this candle down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.